Afghanistan has a large stockpile of nuclear weapons, and heaven forbid if those ever fell into the hands of extremists, it would be from Afghanistan that we would most likely operate to deal with that threat. The government side in Afghanistan, corruption is rampant, and narcotics trafficking is rampant.
Hello and welcome to the Orange County Crosstalk Show. I'm Alex Bellucci. I'm here tonight at beautiful Fairmont Hotel, and World Affairs Council of Orange County has a special Christmas party, I would say, and I'm so pleased to have Serge Tomassian, the chairperson of World Affairs Council of Orange County, here with me. I'm going to ask you what's going on tonight, basically.
Yes, Alex. Well, tonight we have the World Affairs Council, the annual Christmas and holiday event. And we're making this occasion with a singer who sings opera, and we're going to have Mr. Cesar Sanchez, which is a world-acclaimed opera singer. And we're going to have a roundtable discussion of around the world in 60 minutes or less in honor of Sir Eldon Griffithis, who in the past has
He was
delivered.
wonderful. I really appreciate him when I met him a few times. So before we get to the detail of tonight's program, I want to ask you about last event we had. We had Prince Turkey from Saudi Arabia. He was giving a very interesting talk about the Middle East, and I didn't get a chance to talk to you after the meeting. And I just want to ask you, what was your take from his talk, and what did you feel?
Yeah, I think Prince Turkey Al Faisal gave a very frank assessment of the Saudi perspective.
Royal Highness Prince Turkey Al Faisal, the youngest son of King Faisal, and one of the founders of the King Faisal Foundation.
As you are aware, the conflict-cursed Middle East is facing many challenges, living many ongoing crises, and encountering existential threats.
Well, I think that that while the Prince expressed concerns about Iran, the other regional power in the Middle East, along with Saudi Arabia, I think he also suggested there could be an accommodation or a kind of an agreement reached that would solve the issues, or at least resolve the issues in Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, and other places, and so where this confrontation is taking place. The question is, what will be the reception by the leaders of Iran? Will they accept those overtures? Certainly there's a number of areas where there's contention between the two countries, Yemen, Syria, Lebanon, but certainly there is a possibility that the Prince held out for some sort of accommodation and resolution being reached where these two powers may back off. We had over 300 people at the event, and I think it was a good diverse crowd, people representing all different backgrounds and interests here in Orange County, and the Prince was well received, and certainly we were appreciative of his first visit, official visit to Orange County.
Well, that was a wonderful summary about the Prince Turkey's talk last month, I think 1st of November. Yes. So let's come back tonight and what's going on tonight, and elaborate on what's going on tonight.
Yes, Alex. Well, tonight is our annual Christmas holiday party event, dinner, and it's in the tradition of Sir Eldon Griffithis, around the world in 60 minutes or less, where we summarize what has taken place over the last year, all the world events highlights, and there's been many this year, of course, ranging from Turkey to Europe to Syria. And much has happened with the election of President Trump. And certainly we're going to have four experts who analyze the situation and what happened this past year, the highlights and the impact that has on the United States.
How much of what is going on now at a really subliminal level could be the Sunni-Shia split? Forget for the moment of how everybody got along under the Ottoman Empire, because that was nice even though there were problems. But right now, how much of what's going on is a more visceral Sunni-Shia split between primarily Saudi Arabia, the guardian of the holy places, and the Shia regime in Iran, which still believes, according to many people, they believe that they are the rightful custodians of the holy places, which the Wahhabis strongly disagree with. To what degree is any of that possibly a real inexorable pivot of real future problems in that area?
I mean, for sure it is a large issue, but that would be kind of looking back at Europe. How much was the Catholic-Protestant divide in Europe in the 30 Years' War, the cause, the reason, and all of that? It was, and it wasn't in the end. So I think, I mean, the first thing is, I think, the United States, and I think the Western world, has to be very careful not to get caught in this it is a major split, but it also is something that is being used, that is being promoted, that is being, manipulated. There are other areas where Sunni and Shia still to this day live peacefully with each other, integrated and respecting each other. In other areas, it's not. So I don't think it's not like that split will be forever damning that region to not ever get along and coming along. But each time blood is spilled, each time roots of more extreme interpretation of also the Shia Sunni religion, which are very proud. I mean, I'm not an expert. Tim is more an Islam expert than I am, but I mean, from a Christian perspective, I always feel like we have so many sub-denominations. When you go into Islam, you're getting crazy. I mean, the way of how these, Sunni Shia is split and which preacher you follow, where you live, and it's incredibly complex. We reach us from here looking very broadly, saying Sunni Shia, which nobody even in that region would define that way, and I think they're splitting in so many different ways. So,
And then also with the new administration and with the new year, they're going to also prognosticate, anticipate what to expect. What are going to be the challenges for this new administration? What are going to be the challenges for the world in terms of the hotspots around the world? And as we know, Syria is front and center still,
Exactly.
with the horrific killings in Aleppo and other places. But
It's getting worse, seems to me. I mean, day by day, but the report I heard. But hopefully, this year going to be the end of this genocide, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate your time. I know you are busy and other people are waiting for you. So we are looking forward for tonight's program and looking forward to hear from your panel.
thank you very much, Alex. Thank you.
My part of tonight's festivities is the fun one, predicting what United States foreign policy will be under the new administration. And really what I would like to present to you is what in the community is referred to as the driver. What is the driver that makes things happen? Well, it's not an easy task, so let me set the stage. Foreign policy is largely determined in the United States by the chief executive. The American form of government gives great latitude to the president in this field. But the question is, which Donald Trump is going to be making foreign policy? Will it be lock her up, crooked Hillary? Or will it be she suffered enough, I don't want to hurt her anymore? Will it be I'm going to deport all 11 million illegal immigrants? Or I'm just going to concentrate on removing those with criminal records? Will it be I'm going to build a wall? Or, as when he visited to Mexico, I'm not going to build the wall. Because he has taken differing positions on almost every issue, supporters and opponents have focused on whichever position reinforces their own views. The result since the election has been even deeper polarization. The left is predicting the onslaught of the Dark Ages. Cities and states are declaring sanctuary status. Scientists are downloading government data they fear is going to be destroyed. The right is predicting the second coming of St. Ronald Reagan with the dawn of a new utopia. In my judgment, neither side is correct.
That was a wonderful panel of discussion at World Affairs Council, and they almost covered most of the Middle East and entire world, basically, and the future policy of United States. I'm going to ask Serge Tomassian, the chairperson of the World Affairs Council of Orange County, to give us a brief summary about this presentation and the panel of discussion. What was your take from the panel?
Yeah. I think, Alex, what I took from the panel is, first of all, there was an interesting diversity of perspectives based upon their different backgrounds. As a professor, as a former State Department official, Robert O'Brien, Daniel being originally from Germany, involved with the OTI, Olive Tree Initiative. So they all each offered interesting perspectives, but I found the theme to be that they're generally optimistic. Yes, there's turmoil. Yes, there's violence. There's humanitarian crisis, particularly in Syria and the Middle East and other places. But they were generally optimistic that we're going through a period now where there was a perception that weakness in American power has allowed a vacuum to occur, and in that vacuum has been turmoil, violence and just civil unrest. And the perception is, the optimism, I think that's their perspective, is that with the stronger American policy, there might be less of that violence and that uncertainty in the world, and that might bring more stability. And that's what we're hoping for. Certainly this time of year, we want peace to the world, we want stability, we want the violence to end where it can end. And so, but I thought it was a very interesting perspective that they offered, each of them.